We're very fortunate today to have a special guest with us, Detective Kyle Costa from the Dartmouth Police Department. We're going to speak to the viewers about scams today. Welcome, Detective Costa.
Thanks for having me.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. So what we'd like to speak to the viewers today about all the different scams that are happening in our community and nationwide.
It's, I don't know if we have enough time to talk about everything going on. We're fortunate in Dartmouth that, you know, it's a local agency and we field a lot of the phone calls from a lot of people for a lot of different things. One of the big things that we usually have on a seasonal basis, because it almost seems like it flares up a lot in the springtime, is some scams going on. The ones that we've had over the years that seem to have taken on a life of their own and seem to really have caught are some of the utility companies calling. They're saying people are calling on behalf of utility companies that they're in the arrears on their bills and they need to make good on them. The big one that everybody will probably shake their head up and down that either they or a family member has experienced is the IRS scam.
Yes,
when they're getting calls from IRS agents saying that they have to make good on you know, a past due bill. And you know, anybody knows that if the IRS is going to come after you, they're not going to do it by phone.
Exactly. It's very scary when the IRS calls you, so you do want to respond.
Oh, certainly. You know, speaking from experience, my father was one of the people that got called, and you know, it's awful to say, but the generation that you know, the victims are in, they're a very trusting generation. So they think that if they get a call from somebody claiming that they're from a government agency, that it's got to be good. And you know, we caution everybody that it's not good. You know, the best thing that I can say that seems to run its course through every generation, that if it swims like a duck, it quacks like a duck, and it waddles like a duck, chances are it's a duck, so it's no good.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I know I'm an attorney at Family Service Association, and I'm the manager of a program. I'm the program manager for the guardianship program, and we actually handle cases where seniors have been financially exploited. So I've also personally dealt with some of these scams on behalf of my clients. One that comes to mind was people were calling, telling this woman that she won a trip and they were trying to get her bank account information. I just happened to be at her house that day, so I was actually responding to them. They were asking for all her bank information, and you know, unaware seniors will give that out, and we want to caution, and I'm sure that you can speak to that, we want to caution everyone that that is not the right thing to do. Be very careful.
Oh, absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. You never want to give out any personal information, any financial information. You know, just in the two that are coming to mind right now that we handled here at Dartmouth PD involved a Jamaican lottery scam, which goes far beyond the borders of Dartmouth. We were actually able to get the Department of Homeland Security involved, who, you know, also expressed the fact that they're frustrated that you're looking at international cases with, you know, that are millions and millions of dollars. You know, the poor woman that we had in Dartmouth, she was an elderly woman, very trusting. You know, she basically dedicated her life savings to the thought of winning a lottery, or that she had won a lottery in Jamaica. It's very sad. And another one that we had involved, it was a woman that bought a new computer. She didn't realize that her internet provider offered a security suite, you know, an antivirus program, if you will, for nothing.
Yes.
So she had heard that I should get an antivirus program. She went online, saw the word Microsoft automatically associated with the Microsoft Corporation, which it wasn't. It happened to be the word Microsoft was attached to it. She contacted the company. The gentleman, who didn't speak very good English, which is another indicator, to be honest with you, said, well, let me take control of your computer from this end. He told her what she needed to do. That gentleman was able to log into her computer and access her bank account.
Really? I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, it's, you know, for every smart person, there's always a smarter one.
Exactly.
And he took it for about $10,000. And again, it's a scam that is overseas that local jurisdictions have no authority to really look into beyond taking a report down. So, you know, we just, primarily what we tell people to do is absolutely just be cautious of who you're talking to and what they're asking for. We try to keep everybody up to date best we can as far as press releases. When something happens, I'm sure you've probably read them.
Yes.
I'll immediately send something out, and with social media being what it is nowadays, you know, we put it immediately on our Facebook page. I'll make sure to put a posting on our Facebook page pertaining to any current scams going on. So again, you know, if you know anybody or you think of anybody that might be a victim, make sure you keep a close eye on them, as you've probably done in your field also.
Yes. The other thing I want to mention, it's just not financial. It could be medication.
Definitely.
Have you seen any cases where people have gone to people's doors, or and they're seeking medical information, or by phone?
Yeah, most recently we took one report in our town, and it seemed to spread also to Fairhaven and I believe it was Mattapoisett, where people were going door to door, identifying themselves as workers for a home health aid company that I believe was based out of Fairhaven. Once again, that company was contacted. There was nobody there that could verify that these were employees. You know, they used it as a ruse. They were going to door to door to elderly people's homes, most likely looking to see if they had any type of opiate-based medication that they were on, or in fact, if anybody was home at all. And you know, we all know that happens on a daily basis, where you ring a doorbell, nobody answers. The next thing you know, the house is broken into.
Yes, and just to take this one step further, a point I want to make is, in what I do in my field, I go to people's houses, and some people have never met me before, and most of them are seniors, and they'll just let me in.
Yeah.
And it's so scary to me. I say, I walk in and I meet with them, and fortunately I'm legitimate, but I say to them, you didn't even know me and you let me in. Oh, they just welcomed me in.
Right.
So you have to really be careful about that.
Yeah, certainly. The kindness is essentially weakness in a case like that, and you know, it's nothing. It's nothing against them, but that generation was brought up on being able to leave your doors open, being able to trust the majority of people. You know, unfortunately, that's far removed now from our society and, you know, what we're up against today.
Yes, so what we'd like to tell our viewers is really, really be cautious about people calling you that you don't know. Do not give out information. People who come to your door, if you do not know them, do not let them in, even if they look like they're from a utility company, unless you're expecting them. Be very, very careful. We want to protect you and make sure that you're safe. We want to thank you, Detective Costa, for coming and joining us today. Thank you for the very important information, very helpful information.
Thank you for having me, and if anybody has any questions or concerns, they're free to call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Jessica Peck.
And I'm Stephanie Boulay.
Be sure to tune in to DCTV 18 every month for new episodes of Cooking Healthy with Coastline.
We'll be showing you how to make quick, delicious, and nutritious recipes that you'll be able to whip up in the comfort of your own home.
Follow along with us or visit coastlinenb.org for a list of ingredients and directions for everything we make on the show. You can also visit dctv18.com for the complete schedule and when you can catch Cooking Healthy with Coastline.